I remember like we used to have, you know, we have this ability to kind of look at each other during games, and we had little signs. And I remember he's playing little league, and little league's the worst, right? Coaches are putting their kids at the pitcher, and like Andy be the best pitcher in the team, and when their kids are getting in trouble, now all of a sudden he puts Andy in to save the game, right? And I'd always look at Andy, and like he'd look at me, and I go, big balls. Like that was the thing, big balls, right? And I go, you got this. He just look at me and go, yeah, yeah. And he'd come in and it's like pitch, bump, bump, bump. And so he's always kind of had that cool in those situations. And it's actually funny. We were playing a game. I got to coach him for Canada too. We're playing a big game. We're playing Dominican Republic. They got, Al Horford, Charlie Villanueva, Garcia, all these dudes. And one of our guys, like, you win this game, you're going to the World Championships. You lose, you're out. And one of our guys gets hit on a rebound. It's like a 1-point game, and he's got to come out of the game. So I walk down the bench, and first thing, Mike Malone, who's my assistant coach now with the Denver Nuggets, Mikey goes, Andy. I go, yeah. I'll walk over to Andy. First thing I said to him, I said, you got big balls? He just sprinted to the scorer's table, right? Didn't even look at me. Sprinted to the scorer's table, knocked down 2 free throws, and got the rebound. We win. So, like I said, we've always kind of had that, and he's always been pretty cool in those situations,
So, I mean, I guess this is the tough question right here. Who's the better player?
Oh, come on, E. Come on. Come on. I'd still kick his ass right now. Right now, I'd still kick his ass.
Yeah, that's the right answer. That's the right answer.
Hey,
right there.
I'll tell you a funny story. I don't know if you know Andy's buddy Ian Mack. Ian Mack played at Liverpool, and and Ian's a tremendous trainer right now. He's one of the top trainers in the country. Works with all kinds of a lot with NHL guys and stuff. But so Andy and Ian used to work out all the time. So one day we go down to the Y downtown, and so we walk in, and like I'm just helping them work out, both of these guys, right? I'm feeling kind of good though, right? I feel a little spry for an old guy. And all of a sudden, this one guy walks in the door, empty gym. One guy walks in the door. I look at him, go, you want to play? He goes, yeah. I said, okay. I said, me and this guy against you two, Andy and Ian. And they're looking at me like, yeah, right. Yeah, they're laughing, right? So anyway, we go cross court at the Y, and we kicked their ass. We won like 7 straight games, right? And I dunked. I did all kinds of stuff for this old guy, and they're like, we're talking trash. I go, you guys can't play. You guys suck, right? So finally, all of a sudden, I go, oh no, my knee does not feel good. So I find I sit down. This guy, I don't even know his name. I go, yeah, these guys suck. I'm not playing anymore. You got to be tired of this stuff too. And he's going, yeah. You go, come on, one more game. I go, nah, you guys stink. This is boring. You guys can't play, right? But I knew I did something to my knee, right? So we get in the car, we go home. I get out of the car. I go in the kitchen before they get in there, and I tell my wife, Jamie, I go, I need ice upstairs now. I need that. Don't tell them. I just need ice upstairs. I ended up having to have surgery on my knee for my one time I kicked their asses, but it was still worth it.
It was worth it. That's what I was going to say.
It was
worth it. You got the last laugh.
Yeah, because I remember being upstairs, ice on my knee, and I could hear them down in the kitchen. Oh, man, you should have seen the stuff he was doing. I go, okay, all right.
So talk about, we'll go into the broadcasting now, because it's funny that you said that earlier. In 9th grade, you kind of manifested that too, the broadcasting career, because now you've been with the Raptors for a while now. So how did, I guess, after you got done playing, how did that come about? Because you went through different channels and then got to the Raptors. So tell me about that.
Well, I tell you what, go back to Newhouse, right? I was at Newhouse broadcast journalism, and one professor, Dwight Jensen, was an amazing guy. And he said something I never forgot. He goes, your degree doesn't mean anything. He goes, your resume means everything, right? And I'm going like, well, you're in college, right? What resume? He goes, no, exactly. You got to do as much as you can in the business to build a resume. Your degree doesn't mean anything. And I never forgot that. So even though I was playing in the NBA, playing in Europe, whatever I was doing, and I had a lot of injuries, so that means I had time where I was off, right? I built a resume. You know, I was with the Sixers. I broadcast the Olympics in LA for CBC Radio in Canada. I was playing and I did stuff, you know, when I was in the NBA anywhere I could, right? When I was playing in Europe, I wrote a column in the Italian newspaper. Anytime I was hurt, like I'd come back, I'd do Syracuse games or I did this and that. So I just built a resume. And so when the day finally came where, okay, I can't play anymore, I felt sorry for myself. I'm on the operating table. I feel sorry for myself. I, you know, shed a tear. Next morning, I wake up, make a few phone calls. I'm working in TV because I had a resume, right?
Yeah.
And so that was great advice. That was you know, Dwight Jensen at Newhouse. That was tremendous advice that I never forgot. I tell kids all the time, you got to do that. You got to plan. And then what happened is it's amazing because when the Raptors came into being in '95, my dream was to play in Toronto one day, and there were rumors when I was playing Toronto was going to get a team, and I would be there, but it never happened. So all of a sudden, Toronto's got a team, and you know, Isaiah Thomas was the GM. Brendan Malone, who was an assistant coach for Syracuse when I was there, was the head coach. And so, you know, I put my name in, and you know, they literally had 1,000 people that wanted the job of the television analyst. They had videos coming in from everywhere. But here's the thing: I had a resume, right? I had experience. I played in the NBA, and I had one thing that none of those other guys had. I was Canadian. I was from Toronto, right? So I got lucky, right? The last part, I was lucky, right place, right time. But you know, what do they say? The harder you work, the luckier you get. I had the resume, so I was very fortunate. And then I remember even during negotiations, stuff like that. It's kind of funny because I was playing for the Atlanta Hawks. I got traded. I was playing for the Atlanta Hawks, and we're playing the Detroit Pistons. You know, they had Isaiah Thomas, Kelly Tripucka, all these guys. And it was in Toronto at Maple Leaf Gardens, an exhibition game. And so, you know, I'm here trying to make the team in Atlanta, right? We got Dominique Wilkins, everybody. I'm just trying to make the team. And there's an ad, a big thing in the newspaper, Leo Rautins versus Isaiah Thomas, Detroit. I go, oh, man. Oh, I don't even know if I'm gonna play tonight, right? I don't know if I'm gonna get the game. And like Kelly Tripucka and I played in a Jersey Shore League together in the summer, and like they're introducing me, he's waving a flag. It's hilarious. And I end up playing. I play really well. I made some buckets down the stretch, and we beat the Pistons in Toronto in my only game I ever played at home as an NBA player. And so when the Raptors were looking for, you know, for an analyst, and this is before like all this technology, I clipped out, my mom had the scrapbooks. I clipped out this Isaiah Thomas versus Leo Rautins, right? And I clipped out this thing, and I faxed it to Isaiah with the Raptors, and I said, "Hey, you lost once, man. Don't make the same mistake again."
Oh,
you know,
man, that's
and,
awesome.
yeah. So I ended up getting the job, and I've been there. Like I said, this is my 27th year.
Wow. And that's kind of something that it's just you too, right? It just kind of comes natural to you.
Well, I have fun. I enjoy it, right? You know, I've worked with some great people, and you know, John. First of all, I think of the game as very simple. I mentioned his name before, Jack Donahue, coached Canada. He coached Alcindor Jabbar in high school, Power Memorial. He was a legendary coach. And Jack kind of taught me how to think the game, how to look at the game. You know, I played many years for him for Canada. So I look at the game as it's very simple, right? And so when I talk about the game, I don't talk to an NBA player much different than I talk to a kid. The game is the game, right? It's a simple game. It's how you play the game. So I try to relate that when I do a game. And, you know, John Saunders, who one of the best ever in the business, again, rest in peace, one of my best friends, you know, passed away a few years ago. But John and I did the first 5 years of the Raptors together. And John's from Toronto, so we're two Toronto boys doing the games together. And you know, John was, like I said, one of the best in the business. He was an original ESPN, ABC, college football, you name it, big dude. in the business. And John always said to me, it should be like you and I are sitting on the couch watching a game, and everybody's just hearing us talk. That's the way it should be. And I've always kept that in mind, right? It was a great experience to work with him, and yeah, I just have fun. I just enjoy doing it. I'm not going to try to impress you with how much I know. I'm not going to try to throw statistics at you and knock your socks off. I'm not going to give you a lot of shtick. I'm just going to tell you what's happening and have fun doing it.